episode 2 of Dallas Vintage Toys Talks. I am apparently the short one today, Andy King. I am joined, as always, by the Bucky to my Captain America, Henry Velasquez, and the owner of Dallas Vintage Toys, Sean Nynist. So we got a few topics we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about toys, we're going to talk about movies, we're going to talk about all things geek. We're going to start it out today with some pretty cool news. Apparently Netflix has optioned for the Judge Dredd license. They're wanting to make their own Judge Dredd series. I wanted to ask you two gentlemen, are there any other series, movies from your childhood, anything like that you would like to see Netflix pick up and make a series about?
There's so much, man, but it seems like Marvel and DC is already doing all the work, because the only things that they can pick up is little things like Daredevil and Agent Carter. And I think Agent Carter's on the verge of getting canceled, so
yeah,
just continue.
Yeah,
it.
they haven't renewed that yet.
Yeah, I just think it'd be overall Netflix should just pick up good series that aren't getting any attention on TV and just continue them there. Sean here wants to see a Cena reboot, exclusive on Netflix though.
Now, are you just saying a superhero, or can it be cartoons from childhood?
Whatever you want, yeah, just anything. Because they are doing cartoons. Apparently, they're trying to bring back Young Justice, which is a great cartoon.
Yeah, for sure. They need to be doing that.
I don't know. I'd like to. I think everyone's been saying about He-Man or that movie again. Or I grew up with He-Man and Mass. So,
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
They've already done the crossover with G.I. Joe, so that could be a possibility later on. So.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that actually, I didn't even think about that.
I think they might even be testing it out, because for a while they had the movie on there. I think they had the series a couple of years ago, but they took out Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man off Netflix.
I was gonna say, working here, there's so much stuff that I was just barely too young to be a part of, like He-Man, G.I. Joe. Those weren't really on when I was a kid, and it's hard to go back and watch those cartoons because they're not that good. Not to be a jerk about them, but it's I want to learn about these characters, but it's hard to find a medium to learn about them. So that would be really awesome.
Comics, man. You want to learn about He-Man, Masters Universe, the mini comics. Yeah, the big collections.
Me personally, though, I'd love to see two things. I'd love to see RoboCop get a series. Frank Miller did some amazing RoboCop comic books that I think would adapt really well, especially that gritty Daredevil,
It's not the 90s cartoon RoboCop.
No,
where he was hanging out with that cop and the kid.
No, definitely
he just
not.
spends his days hanging out with some cop and her child.
But that I definitely would want to be live action. Another one would be, I think it'd be really cool if they made an Aliens Colonial Marines show, where it was just following a particular group of Marines. Maybe it could be Vasquez from Aliens. But I think that would be really cool, and they could encounter new creatures. They can make some stuff up.
Kind of like the concept artwork that they just released the other, a week or two ago.
Prometheus is.
Or they could have the season finale could be they encounter xenomorphs or maybe a predator. You never know.
It's like they released the original concept art, and that got completely different. And they could have gone a different route, and I don't know if they're going to make those into action figures or not. But.
Oh, I imagine they will. NECA, they have that license, and NECA won't make anything.
For which one?
The alien concept stuff.
They released it 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Kind of like the Ralph McQuarrie of Star Wars. They had that original concept artwork for Aliens.
Speaking of NECA, I really dig that new AVP line.
Oh, they're incredible. They're
amazing.
The little extra scale they added into those, and the articulation is insane.
Which one did you pick up?
If you haven't bought any of those, definitely check them out.
Ancient Mask Predator, I believe. It's got both shoulder pads.
And where did you pick that up at?
Here, Dallas Vintage Toys.
That's right.
They have the whole set.
Did you get a good deal?
Yes, always. On to the next topic, sir.
All right. So this is a toy store, so we're always buying toys.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, right. Sean, do you want to tell us about the cool things we got this week?
Okay, well, we got the hoverboard. This guy, he brought in a large collection. We got in the 3 Hot Toys Aliens. I think one was Dallas, Big Chap. Remember the other one?
Can't tell you, man. I don't know his name.
It's in the case over there. We also got in the Hot Toys Bane, which is kind of a hot commodity. We have that price below everything online. We got lots of G.I. Joe figures, lots of 84, 85, and before we got the Missile Command Center right here. It is complete with the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. Here's some of the He-Man figures carded we got in. We got in lots of loose Marvel figures, Comic-Con exclusive, DC.
The Mattel Watchmen.
Walking
box and loose.
Walking Dead figures.
We got another Negan in.
Complete, some Masterpiece Transformers, and I'm sure there's lots of other items we got.
Most of these things will be coming to our website, correct? Within the next few days.
Except for that BB-8.
Except for that BB-8, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that will be a giveaway this Saturday.
One thing he failed to mention, because this license gets no respect in the store, is Lord of the Rings. We bought a massive Lord of the Rings collection last week, and the thing I'm most excited about are these 6-inch action figures. They're made by Toy Biz, so if you're a fan of the Toy Biz Legends, it's basically what these are. But they come with so many accessories, and we're selling them for $5 a piece. That's insane. I've already bought like 10 of them. So
is he in the Deadpool movie or X-Men?
When you talk about Lord of the Rings toys, put some respect on it.
It's like in the Legends line. So
yeah. That's that X-Men Apocalypse Bilbo Baggins action figure.
Build a figure.
Build a figure Bilbo. Yeah.
He's even smaller than Puck. He's even smaller.
You had me at $5, but now I'm like super interested.
So if you're in the Dallas area, come in and check them out because they're sweet. They're $5. They're flying off the shelf. They're gonna be gone soon.
And we also have a whole big tub of loose ones too, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'll be going through those hopefully today and have those out here on the shelf too.
And you'll be like,
yeah, I'll be back there playing with them basically. But moving on, let's see. The Walking Dead, which is a property owned by McFarland Toys. Traditionally, is it 5-inch scale? Is that what those are? Or
right around there, 4 to 5.
Yeah, they're
depending on if it's Carl or Rick.
4 inches. They're taller than Joe's, but they're not.
Yeah,
they're
they're definitely not 3 3/4 inch, but they're definitely not 6 inch.
Yeah.
It's kind of a 90s throwback, but they recently announced they're going to be moving to 7 inch, which is really exciting to me. But what I want to talk with you guys was the different scales of action figures, the pros and cons. Wow, what scale do you guys prefer?
I prefer consistency, man. So with those, I would be upset if I had all the other McFarland toys.
Yeah.
And then they jumped up 7 inches, and I'm like, and this is, keep in mind, this is the last wave allegedly, so they won't be making any more. But that last wave of Walking Dead figures, you won't be getting to put with the other ones. They're not going to fit.
Yeah.
And then you won't be getting any more to go with those
I
either.
didn't hear that this was the last.
I remember McFarland himself saying it on one of the videos.
So we won't get like a TV version of Negan.
I mean, I might be wrong, but from what I heard is that this is the last wave of Walking Dead toys. So consistency is always a big thing with me.
So you mean you don't like playing with your 5-inch Walking Dead with the 12-inch scale?
No, sir.
Walking Dead.
I don't need a giant Rick
And then now you're gonna have 7-inch, so it's kind of like a.
That is a problem.
Bars on your cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a problem. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't buy Star Wars toys because Darth Vader would be shorter than my Wolverine action figure.
And that was a 90s Star Wars, correct?
Yes,
Well, he was also red
Yeah.
because he was gold gems.
Yes.
I had a gym on
exactly.
the Death Star.
Hey,
But
man.
that's
Sometimes
also why
the Force can't move everything, Henry.
that's also why some people jumped out of Play Art Sky because they went from I think 7 inches to 10 inches.
Yeah.
So that turned a lot of people away. But
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're still making more.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the big thing with me is consistency, man. But I mean, to me, it seems like 6 inches universal. So
Yeah,
even,
Unless you grew up in the 80s or 70s, it's 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe He-Man 5-inch. But I mean, I think the way they looked at back then is that if it's that size, you can sell a lot more vehicles and play sets.
yeah.
Which nowadays you don't really see a lot of that stuff
Not
because
really, no.
the stores don't like carrying big items. They'd rather sell a bunch of like
Smaller
6-inch
things,
figures and just tons of them. So.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the last time you saw a vehicle or a playset besides, I think Star Wars only had the X-Wing, TIE Fighter, and Falcon.
Yeah.
As far as like a 6-inch scale vehicle in a retail, like a normal retailer, I can't think of one that's on shelves right now. Maybe some of the stuff for the new Team and T line. But other than that, I mean, we get like the Black Series TIE Fighter, that giant one.
Well, even
But that's
I
kind of
didn't
an
see that one in
one-off
stores
thing.
very much either.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know they were everywhere, but I never spotted one in any shelves. And if I did,
So
it was
see
just
'em,
one.
like, my local Target usually has them, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, like you're saying, it's you don't see those things unless like DC Collectibles put out that Batmobile that was the scale, and they're doing like the Batwing next. So it's more of a collector's market for those larger vehicles now.
You
It's
see
not
those
something-
like places like here, comic book shops.
Yeah.
You don't see those like at Toys R Us.
So your grandma can't go to
Yeah.
Target and pick
A lot
you
of
up.
Diamond,
You know,
a lot of
basically.
Diamond Select products you won't find at Toys R Us and Target.
You say
Or
Diamond
online.
Select, I was gonna say 7-inch scale is definitely my favorite scale. Like that's Diamond Select, DC Collectibles. Most of NECA's stuff is in the 7-inch scale. That's what I like. I don't know what it is. That little extra inch from 6-inch to 7-inch just allows for so much more detail.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna say.
So, but yeah, so I'm guessing yours is 3 3/4 inch probably.
Yeah,
Big
like
Star
right around
Wars
that
buff.
scale, yeah.
So yeah, what about you, Henry? What would you say is your favorite?
6-inch.
6-inch?
Yeah. Because it's right there where like, if it's still like 5.5 or 4, it's still maybe like a 4-inch Mega Man will still fit with a 6-inch like superhero. You know, it doesn't matter who. It'll still scale in quite well.
Yeah.
So it's there, you know.
Well, how about one more topic for today? We'll talk about today is the Blu-ray release of Deadpool, which is a rated R superhero film, and isn't it like the highest grossing rated R film of all time or something
Yes.
like that? Okay.
And I think they got over 1 million digital downloads. I did not get to see it in theater. It's supposed to be delivered here at the store today.
All
on
right,
Blu-ray
yeah.
through Amazon Prime. So
Yeah.
Let me borrow it.
I'll get to finally see that.
Yeah. Deadpool
This week.
screening at DVT. Bring your kids.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to ask you guys was, what are some other superheroes that you think would A, merit an R rating, and you would actually like to see a film?
I think right after the first 2 days of Deadpool, they announced the next Wolverine movie is going to be rated R.
Yeah.
Is that going to be Hugh Jackman's last
It's
Wolverine?
supposed to be Hugh Jackman's
See,
last
Or
appearance as
does
Wolverine.
he have any like special appearances that he's still signed
He's
up for?
in
that, you know?
Age of
So-
Apocalypse.
So he'll just be like, "Sup?" Or like he's going to be in that one scene smoking a cigar. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I think that will be his last stint as Wolverine. Like the rumors are they're going to kill him off, and they might introduce X-23, and she'll replace him.
I know he has said kind of like the Bond. I mean, it takes a lot of years to stay that.
Oh,
ripped
yeah,
or
and
buff,
well, and
it
that's
takes
one
a
of
Well, it wasn't that
toll on
long
your
ago that
body.
he said he was going to be Wolverine for as long as he can. And
Well,
then-
what year? What was X-Men came out in 2000, right?
Yeah.
So 16 years he's been playing this character.
Yeah, those claws gotta hurt, you know. Every
Hey,
time
man.
he's driving.
Mark Hamill's been playing Luke Skywalker
That's
for
the-
way more than that.
The CG of the claws in Wolverine Origins, that hurt me because that was terrible. But no, what are anything come to mind that you'd like to see given the?
I mean, Wolverine is perfect because it's not always about the swearing and
Yeah.
nudity
yeah, I
and things
mean-
like that. But Wolverine's always been gory. You know, he's got claws made out of metal. He's gonna kill people. He's gonna turn them in half. At least now you can see it. But to me, I mean, I don't think the rating really makes the movie either.
Oh, definitely.
Excessive
not.
blood
Definitely
gore.
not. No.
So
definitely
I mean,
not.
more mature characters like that. You know, Wolverine, Judge Dredd, things like that. Spawn, if they ever make another one, yeah, make them
Spawn would be
make them
great.
rated R if you have to. But you don't always have to push for that. You know, I don't think the next Avengers movie should ever be rated R.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No.
Wow,
I mean,
this took a 180 degree
yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Language.
It's like he's mad at me.
But no, I agree with you that an R rating doesn't make it a good film at all. It's just there are characters though that they
shouldn't. They
R
don't
rating.
need to be
The
limited
Punisher,
either.
He
Yeah.
needs to be rated R
Yeah.
because he's a violent character.
Though he probably won't be getting a movie since he's got
No,
a series.
which I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Netflix,
same with
Netflix
Daredevil.
killed it with the Punisher. That season 2 of Daredevil was the Punisher show to me. You
I think I
know.
watched that in 2 days.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Having withdrawals.
Well, my pick though was, since Sony is revamping Spider-Man.
Mhm.
You know, they're having Marvel's doing the first one, and Sony's taking it back.
Rated R Spider-Man. I like
no,
it.
no, I don't want to see rated R Spider-Man.
Aunt May.
But they,
I'm not cleaning up my room.
But they have kind of announced that they're going to expand his villains. Like a lot of his villains will get their own films. I personally would love to see a rated R Morbius the Living Vampire film.
Not a Sinister Six.
Not a Sinister Six, just Morbius.
Oh.
Because the character's got such an interesting origin and dynamic, and it would just be
That's the
a
guy
straight
that sits on a chair, right?
Morbius? No, but no.
who am
Morbius
I?
is the vampire. He's a vampire.
No, who's the select figure? I'm thinking of?
Mephisto.
Oh,
Mephisto.
okay. All the guys
Oh, the-
start with an M.
oh, the guy.
They're all.
But I would love to see that.
Well,
I think-
Morbius did have his own comic for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 70s?
And it was graphic, you know. It was I think McFarland did some of the artwork for that too. And it was bloody, and he ate homeless people, and it was awesome.
Clean up the streets.
Yeah, basically, right?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Well, I think that is probably all we got time for today.
I'll let you do the outro. And we should begin the new camera next week, so we don't have to keep running behind the camera and turning it off. We'll have a remote and mic and lights. And
exactly. And you'll have we'll have a mic so you'll be able to hear us a little better. It'll be in better HD, so you'll see our pretty faces. I mean, Henry is a stunning man in HD. So, Henry, do you want to do the outro? Because I think you know more stuff about where we are.
Well, first and foremost, if you guys are locals to the DFW area, don't forget to show up this Saturday for our 1-year anniversary of being in this location. And, I mean, bring the kids. Free hot dogs, free water. Lots of prices and events, and you can see the Mach 5. So, the address is 12052 Forest Gate Drive. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. 75423 is the zip code. And visit us anytime online at DallasVintageToys.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys.